that he can attract very favorable wind for driving the boat. That is the mercy of Krishna. So finally, in this verse, it is described, if the Supreme Lord is so kind to give us this human body, He is so kind to give us the association of Sadguru, bona fide spiritual master, and Vaishnavas. And Krishna, He is ready to bestow His mercy upon that person who surrenders himself with great humility and submission at the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. Then a person, being given all of these facilities by the Supreme Lord, if he does not use this human form of life for God realization, for self-realization, then that person, nataret sa atmaha, he's committing suicide. He's killing his own soul. A person who commits suicide, we can understand that they are insane. So one who does not do bhajan, one who does not inquire into the real meaning of life, one who does not take shelter at the lotus feet of a bona fide guru, actually they are completely insane. And they are constantly engaged in activities which are contrary to their own self-interest. So considering all of these things, we should try to hear very submissively, very patiently, and very attentively to the words of Vishnupad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj and his disciples, so that we can find out a clue to what is the real goal of life and how to achieve it. Vanchakalpatarubhishta kripa sindhuvita patitanam bhavanigo vaishnavibhyo namo namah.
In past times, we see that there were so many persons that they were actually so much beautiful. In this age also we see. Like Dinah, very nearer. So many. We see many in past very high classes of powerful persons like Hitler, Mussolini, Napoleon Bonaparte, in India also, like Ravan, like Hiranyakashipu, like others, very much learned like Shakespeare and all others, and rusticated families person were there. Should we follow them to be happy? And we be happy by following them or no? And if not, what we should do? Pundarik Prabhu can speak 5-10 minutes on this subject.
Om Jnana-Timirandhasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunamilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Vanchakalpatarubhishta kripasindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. First of all, I bow down at the lotus feet of Srila Guru Maharaj and pray for his causeless mercy so that I can carry out his orders. So, Prem Prajan Prabhu has spoken many good points in this regard, that why we should do bhajan and why it is important for us. And now Srila Gurudeva is relating that in this world we always keep somebody as our idol and we want to follow, because we see that great personalities in this world, they leave some nice instructions or a path which ordinary people, when follow, they also attain that position of security or happiness and satisfaction. It's very important that we should follow someone who is really great. But in this world, as Srila Guru Maharaj spoke the names of all these people, they had attained some special position. That's why the world is respecting them or had respect them. And also in present world, like Mother Teresa or many other people who are very nicely helping. So generally, by hearing their activities, one develops a natural respect for these people. Yes, they are living their life for a very good cause, and they are leading everyone to a good path. But if we deeply analyze, then we'll see that actually what all these people have done or are doing, it's either on the level of body or it is on the level of mind. No one in this world has been able to go beyond that, except those who take to spiritual life. But sometimes we are unable to make a distinguish between body, mind and soul. That's the case with most of us. So, for them, it becomes difficult to decide who to follow. But to experience sublime love, permanent happiness, it's important that we should see that who are those persons who have achieved that permanent love in their life. Then we see that saintly people, they are the ones who really help the society. Apparently, it's not so much evident that how they help the society. Why? Because they live in a shabby way, or they don't have any possessions. And whereas we, because we have developed our consciousness in such a way that we understand that if we have to derive some happiness, then that is only possible by means of satisfying these senses. But we see these saintly people, they are not into this. They are not into, I should eat palatable things, or I should live a luxurious life. They are not into all these things. So, how to understand that it is possible to derive happiness the way they are living? But there are many examples in history where many great persons, those who had the position of even being emperor or king, many. In India we have many such incidents. So they at a point of their life, when they were completely having all these material possessions and name and fame, and they were really good, kind, they left all these things and they adopted the life of a sadhu or a monk or spiritual life. Why? One such king is Parikshit Maharaj. It is described that he was king of the whole planet. He was very powerful. He was religious also, and he would take care of all his subjects very nicely. So, he's happy, he's satisfied, and everyone is pleased with him. When king is like that, then all the subjects are also praying for him. So, God is also merciful in him. So, he doesn't have any shortage of anything or any happiness in his life. He's fully content. But we hear that one day, when he went to a forest for hunting, then he felt very thirsty, and when he looked around, he came across a sadhu or a saint who was sitting in trance. He approached to the sadhu and he kept waiting there, that very soon this sadhu will open his eyes and then I can ask for water, and then I can quench my thirst. Very patiently he kept waiting a few minutes, but when he noticed that the saint was really completely absorbed in his trance and was not responding to him, somehow or another, by the will of providence, because these great personalities, they are always taking this position of a conditioned soul to teach us. This King Parikshit, who is actually one of the associates of Lord, he behaved as if he's a conditioned soul, and when he saw that this sadhu is not responding to him, he became a little angry. He said, wow, I'm the king of this country and I've come here and this sadhu is not even looking at me. He's not giving me any water. So what shall I do? And when his anger became very strong, he saw there was one snake, dead snake, lying nearby. So with his sword he took that snake and he garlanded the sadhu with this snake. And he left for his palace. In the meantime, 5-year-old son of that sadhu, when he came to his ashram to see his father, he saw this snake in the neck of his father. And this son became very annoyed. Who has done this? Why he has done this? My father is in complete trance. He doesn't know what's going on outside. Why it happened? And then there were some friends of his who were nearby who witnessed the whole thing. They came and reported to him that this Parikshit king came and he was thirsty and he garlanded your father with this snake. And the saintly boy, he became very angry and he took his sacred thread in his hand in water and he cursed that this king must die in 7 days and this very snake should come and bite him. Rishi's words, son, although he's 5 years, but his words are like absolute truth. They must come true. So, in the meantime, when the father came out from his trance and he came to know what all happened, he became very distressed. And he spoke to his son, oh, what you did? He's a very good king. And if he dies, who will take care of all of us? And now, this means the good time of all the people is over. Because when such king leaves, then there's no proper direction in the society. And everyone is misled. That's what is happening in the world at large today. Those who are taking the position of controller or who are controlling the society or trying to show nice path to people, they themselves are confused. They don't know what is life all about. Their lives themselves are miserable. So what they can help others? They can never help others. So, the saint, he quickly organized that this message should be sent to Parikshit Maharaj. And he should know that this son has cursed him that he'll be killed or he'll die in 7 days. When Parikshit Maharaj heard this news that a snake will bite me in 7 days, what happened? Did he become bewildered? Oh, I'm going to die. What will happen of all my possessions? What shall I do? No. Immediately he gave up all his empire, his beautiful wife, his all material possessions. How? Just like passing stool. When we pass stool in the morning, we are not, very much interested to see what was the color or how was it. So that's how Parikshit Maharaj, the king, so powerful and so self-controlled that even though he was having all these possessions, he was not at all attached, even a fraction of his affection wasn't there in those things. So he gave up these things and he went to the bank of Ganges. And there we hear how Shukdev Goswami, one of the associates of Lord, he came and gave him Bhagavad Katha. So when these such people, nice people, great personalities, they have taken to this path, that means they were having some intelligence. Why did they took this step? Why they immediately leave all these things for which we are striving now, by which we think we'll be happy also? So this question comes. When this question comes, then it is our duty to approach those people who have taken to this spiritual life and who are teachers, sadhus, gurus. Then our question can be answered properly. And we can also realize that it's not needed that we should waste our life to create or trying to make all the arrangements to keep our body happy and peaceful and thereby try to be satisfied ourselves. It will not work that way. Happiness is in our heart. And if we know the way, we can be 24 hours happy by driving that happiness. And how is that possible? That's only possible when we go and meet somebody who is always blissful, who is always happy. Just by sitting next to him, just by looking into his eyes, that all good fortune will enter in us. And there will not be any problem for us. One more point I want to say is that in India it's a tradition that we have very nice, strong family relations. Also, in West also there are many good families who have good relations. So, what is the necessity that a son a grown-up son who has all the possessions and all facilities of life, that he should obey his father. He's grown up, he's earning money, he has car, he has wife, he has family. What's the need that he should obey his father? Is there any need? Yes. In India, yes. Everywhere. Because his father gave him birth. His father taught him how to live. He has seen his life. So he can direct him. And by listening to his father, son can always be happy. But we see, when we deviate from our duties towards our elders, especially those who are saintly people, we always get into trouble. So it's very essential for us, it's very important for us to surrender to a self-realized soul who knows the purpose of life, who has perfected his own life, who doesn't want any material objects in this world. He's not attracted to women, he's not attracted to wealth, he's not attracted to anything of this world, because he's completely self-satisfied person. So when we approach him, he can give us this mercy, he can give us this potency by which we can also become self-realized. And then within this life, we'll be happy, and also at the end of life, we are sure of our destiny, that where we are going. It's not confusion what's going to be in the next life. Hare Krishna.
ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरतिशे गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदाले कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमः। Once, about 5,000 years before, there was a very learned person, lakhs times more learned than Shakespeare and others. He was so beautiful, self-realized. He has kept all wealth of world. Who was he? Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva. He was also family man, but not attached. He was incarnation of himself, God. That is why he was so intelligent, learned, qualified in all arts and everything. He was so learned that he divided Vedas in 4 parts. Shakespeare wanted to touch these Vedas and to explain the mood of Vyasadeva and to realize a little part of Vedas, but he could not, because he was involved in material things, this body and mind, so he could not touch. He has written so many Vedas, Upanishad, Puran and everything that we cannot read in one life all these things. And what to realize, what to talk of realize. We cannot realize all these things. But he wrote and realized, and what he realized he wrote. So many Purans. One Puran more than 1 lakhs of a slok, sometimes 2 lakhs of a slok. So he was such a learned person. He wrote Srimad Mahabharata, in which it is very interesting book in India. I think it will be in the whole world if anyone read it. Very interesting. It was written not for so much learned persons and realized persons. It was written for those who are so much weak in intelligence, like women, like Sudras in India, they cannot touch Vedas. So he wrote Mahabharata. Very interesting. I used to read in one breath so much. No sleep, nothing. My father was very expert in all these things. So Ramayana, Mahabharata and all Puran I have heard in my very little age. So Vyas was such a great personality. But one day he was not satisfied what he has done. In this world, a person may be satisfied with all the things, he possessed all the things, but he was not. Being so much learned, having so much opulent, if he will tell that you should die, they will die. If he wanted that any dead person should quickly alive, oh, certainly. If he will tell that this tree should be turned into very beautiful wife, lady or gentleman, at once it can be done. He was so much powerful. If you will tell that, oh, so many jewels, lakhs and lakhs which should come, then it will come. Oh, so much. Like a river current, it will make. No? He was so much realized, and he had written everything in their Purans and Mahabharata. Gita is jewel in Mahabharata. You know. But he was not satisfied what he has. So one day he was sitting in his ashram, in his bhajan kuti, on the bank of Saraswati river in Himalaya. Very good place, sacred place. And he was thinking, why am I not satisfied? I am something lacking in my life. But I did so much things, but why I am not satisfied? So if a man is not thinking like this, then he is animal, I told in morning. We have so much things, but we are not happy. Why not happy? We should think about this. Napoleon was not a beggar. Hiranyakashipu and Raman were not beggars. We know that Kennedy was not beggar, street beggar. But why should it? Also, Princess Diana, not a street beggar, not so ugly, not fool or anything, ignorant. She had so much name, fame, beauty, everything. She was married to Charles. But even she was not happy. Why? We should always try to realize and think about this. Otherwise we are all like animals. And we should see also, understand, what we in future will we be happy in future, what we are doing now, in what process we are going. We will see that we are in same path, in same way as they went, and they were all unhappy. Mussolini, have you heard the name? A giant he was. Hitler more than giant. They were never happy. So we should think about this. So even Bash, more superior than that. And he has done so many things, but even he was not happy. She was realized so, no doubt. He has some realization of Vaikuntha also, but not happy. So one day his Gurudev came. Nardeshi came there and told that you have divided Vedas into 4. You have studied all the Upanishads, coming from himself, God. And you have also given this world so many Purans, Upapurans, and so many good literature. But why you are not happy? Then he began to tell, Asteva me sarvamidam, tayuktam tathapi natma paritusyate me, tanmulam avyaktam agadabodam prichamahe tvatma bhavatma bhut. That's then a reply, O Gurudev, what you have told, I possess all qualities. I have divided Vedas and I am very intelligent. I know Vedas, I have written Purans and everything, Gita also. But still, I am not happy. I wanted to discover this thing, but I could not. I am now a ill person, but how I don't know. What is disease in me? What is lacking in me? Why I am not satisfied having all these things? I have kept worldly, all money, reputation and everything, but still I am not happy. Then you are like a doctor. You know, to read pulse, and by that you can decide anything. In India, there are so many high classes of Vaidya, Ayurvedic doctors, so forward, so intelligent, that even giving a thread around any ladies, and they used to take that thread, and by that they used to know what is disease. Because they don't wanted to touch any lady, woman. So, giving some thread here, and like pulse, they used to. And quickly they used to remove that disease. So Narad was like this. A guru should be like this. Nowadays there are less and less guru everywhere, here and there, with their shops, shops. Shops. That anyone should come in my shop. But there are very rare disciples. There are very rare gurus. When we see Shastra, what are the definitions of Guru? And we will see that very rare in this world. Narad, how much he was qualified. What, not only learning will do, it will not help. But it sometimes may disguise us. Those who have practically realized what is bhakti, how to please Krishna, and they have pleased the Supreme Personality of Krishna, they are really happy and they can help. Like Narada Rishi, he has told himself that I was a son of very degraded class of any woman. In like Shudra in India, very low class of family, scheduled caste. He has no any. He had never gone to any school to study nothing, and in the 5 Vasa phase he was. And mercifully some saints like Sanandan Sanatan and Sanat Kumar, they came to that village. And they were 4 months rainy season there. Anyhow, he was so much Saubhagyavan, he was so much fortunate that his mother came to this sense and told that I will clear your pot, vessels and cooking place, pots, everything. And in return I don't want anything, only your remnant something. And she began to serve them. One day he took some remnants of the Sanaksanandan. He told that, can I take your remnants? They mercifully told that, yes, you can take. And he took only remnants. And by doing and serving them for 4 months, he had the ruchi. There is some ruchi there. तत्तान्नहं कृष्ण कथा प्रगायताम अनुग्रहेण श्रवणं मनोहर ताश्रद्धयामि अनुपदम विश्वनिवत प्रियस्य मंसंग ममा भवत रुचि. Delhi, I used to hear some Harikatha there, powerful, by their mouths, and taking some remnants, and serving them, washing their door coffin, cloths, bringing some water for them. So, in a very short time, he has some ruchi in hearing Harikatha. What is the meaning of hearing? Not only hearing, but to follow. You should not. A guru tells to his disciples that bring 1 glass of water. Bring 1 glass of water. He told 3, 4, 5 times. But disciple was hearing. Are you hearing? Yes, I am hearing. You have told me several times to bring water. Gurudev told them, you have never heard. If you have heard, then why not bringing? If you are not bringing, it means that you have not heard. If you are hearing so many classes, but not we are following, then what will be the result? Nothing, like zero. I told any disciple that you should give up bad habits. You should not take flesh, meat, eggs. Don't take alcohol or cigarette, also something, afim, ganja, bhang. Don't. They can tell me that I can give up everything, but I cannot give up bhang, ganja.
Marijuana.
I will die. Then what will be the result? It means that he is not hearing katha. So we will have to follow. And if you are initiated and not following, first he followed his Gurudev, who? Narad Rishi. Tatrannaham, I used to hear Hari Katha daily. And Pragayatam Anugrahena Srinvanam Manohara. They were telling in a very beautiful way, like Sukadeva, more than Sukadeva Goswami. They are Guru of Sukadeva Goswami. So, like this, evam pravittasya visuddha chetasas tad dharma evatma ruchi prajayate. These are the things how we can have ruchi in Hari Katha. If you have no taste in hearing Hari Katha and following like this, anyone cannot help you. So many doubts will come and they will very quickly throw out of us from that bhakti. So we should try to follow. We should promise that I will follow. If there are so many disciples who have taken initiation, first initiation, second initiation, but not following. Bodily, mindily, and what we speak of Atma, then how they can think? So he was daily hearing Katha. He left everything. He left the association of playing boys here and there. Never he went. He left anything. He left his mother and daily hearing all Hari Katha. In very soon, Tashabdaya me anupadam srinvata priyashyanga mamat bhavat ruchi. So hearing, very shraddha, with keen interest. Anupadam, each word I used to drink like nectar. The pastimes of Krishna, pastimes of all, like Ram and all others. Tasmin tada labdharache mahamuni priyasavasya askhalita matir mama. And hearing so much with ruchi, with interest, taste. Then askhalita matir mama, that is nishtha came. Without now hearing, I cannot live. Without chanting, remembering, I cannot live. First I should do all these things, then maintaining my life to take anything. And Krishna will arrange, then automatically offering of our Atma in the lotus feet of Krishna will come. That Prem Prayojan told. If sufferings are coming without invitation, automatically coming. That which will not have to call death. She will come automatically. We don't want old age, but it will come, surely it will come. So likewise, if there is happiness, it will come. In a rotation it will surely come. So we should not be so much anxious. I tell sometimes that you should try to earn your life,
living,
maintaining your life. You should maintain. But I know that your past activities will come, bound to come. So we should not be so much interested in all these things. Always we should try to have a ruchi like him. Ashkhalitamati, not sacking. Very strong Ashkhalitamati, nishtha came. That like Haridas Thakur, even beaten in 22 markets, his blood, flesh, everything went away. But he never stopped his chanting. I will be cut in lakhs and lakhs pieces, but even I will not give up all these things. But I see that when I come here in this, there are so many devotees that they become so enthusiastic and they come to my class. And when I go to India or anywhere else, like the disciples of Swamiji, again they become the same and try to follow. So much beer, so much these things, taking some wine or ganja, bhang and other things, giving up, no interest. So not like this. His mati, his intelligence becomes so fixed forever. So when they were ready to go to leave this place after 4 months, he began to cry and weep. How I will be survived? Then they gave some mantra. And what mantra? Of Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, like this. Not for Krishna. And he has so much belief that by this you can have everything. Then when they all went, then his mother was so much attached to that boy of 5 and always keeping in his lap so that he may not go here. In some way she knew that, this boy wants to go to forest and to be in trance and to follow his guru. So she was always afraid of this. So she always used to take this boy working even in his lap. But this boy wanted that, God, Krishna, you should help me. I will get rid of this mother. One day, Krishna heard his prayer and a very black snake came, powerful, and he bit. And at once he died. This boy never looked towards her mother and began to run towards forest. After some time he reached a very dense forest and he took bath in a very beautiful, pure pond and he took some water and went to a high place and where he began to chant the same, remember this mantra. All the mantras are so powerful, but we don't realize. We have no faith. when we chant or remember the months given by Guru, even very powerful Gayatri mantra, even Guru mantra, Guru Gayatri, Gaur mantra, Gaur Gayatri, even so much powerful Gopal mantra, Kling Krishnaya, even more powerful, what? Kama Gayatri. If we will chant, remember in a process with so much love and affection and so much faith, mantra will manifest in our heart what they are. Nothing to do anything like he did. He at once left his mother and went in forest and took bath there in any pond, and he sat and began to chant, remember that mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, like this. And he became in trance. After some time, he left his taking food, air, anything. And that Vasudeva, who is Vasudeva? Krishna. He came in his trance. And quickly he vanished. Then he began to weep so loudly. So, after some time, a sky sound came, voice came, and told that, don't be worried. I will never give darshan to you in this life, because it is made up of so many karmas. And you have some desires, not bad, sattvic, but even it is bad for taking my darshan. So you should chant and remember and doing kirtan everywhere. You should go all over world, and you should stay only 5 minutes in which a cow can be. Not more than this. And when a time will come, you will give up this body, material body, and a associate body from Vaikuntha will come. And you will accept, and thus you will go to bed. To Vaikuntha, and you can go everywhere. And you will become so powerful. So, Narada is telling his whole own history, because it is so easy for a disciple to follow his Gurudeva. So Gurudeva sometimes tells his history, how he has achieved Krishna and this love. We see also there are so many instances in Gop Kumar, in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. He told his own history, how he received Golok Vrindavan Dham and the service of Radha and Krishna Kaljuga. And he was fully satisfied. So Gurudev, like Narada, tell his own history, his own practice. So he told also that you should go and in bhakti trance you should realize all things. You have not written anywhere the glories of Krishna, supreme personality of Godhead. You have not described anywhere that what kinds of love and affection can control supreme personality of Godhead. You have not described the love and affection of Yashoda to Krishna. We have not anywhere described how gopis loved Krishna. That Krishna became controlled by the gopis and told himself that I I cannot repay you. Na pareham nirbadya sanjujam. Like Krishna has not so much feeling separation like he felt separation for gopis when he went to Mathura. And he sent a messenger for gopis to Vrindavan. And he realized how high gopis are. And then he declared in the whole world, there are no any devotee like gopis. So you have not written all these things. You should try to realize, and then, alright. Then he went away. Then Vyasdev, next day, he took bath and he seated there, took his asana, and he fully surrendered himself in the lotus feet of Krishna. And Krishna mercy, he became a very trance, and he saw everything. All the pastimes of Krishna from boyhood to Dwarka Leela, everything. As if he was seeing any cinema, one by one. And he realized all these things. And then he did it. Bhakti yogena manasi samyak panhite amle apasyat purusham purnam mayancha jada pashyam jasomanto jiva atmanam trigunatmakam. He saw beautiful pastimes of Krishna. He saw also that the jivas being Chinmaya Tattva, Satchidananda, part and parcels of Krishna, and eternally servant of Krishna. And they are thinking that I am worldly person, I am male, female, I am animal, trees and creepers. They are thinking this. But actually we are all living entity, the part and parcels of Himself, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he also saw that those who are forgetting Krishna and giving up the service of Krishna, they are really unhappy in this world, taking birth and death, sufferings and sorrow. And those who are following bhakti, all anarthas are going, and they are gradually going towards Krishna. And seeing all these facts, he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. This is transliteration, it is called. Not like us. In our writing there will be so many mistakes. Grammar mistake, Siddhant mistake, all kinds of mistakes. But in Vyasdev, not a single mistake, nothing. Realize everything. He did it for the persons who have left Krishna and they are very unhappy in this world. Jasya vai suryamanayam Krishna paramapurushe bhakti upapadyate punsa shok moha bhaya. Then all kinds of reading that, hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam, all kinds of doubts, shok, sufferings, shok, all kinds of lamentation, everything go very easily without any endeavor. Sasangita Bhagat. And doing so, he called his son Sukadeva Goswami, who was always in renounced order, no use of cloth, nothing. And he brought him and gave this Bhagavati Samhita to him. He listened everything, heard, and he also became a very pure and rasic devotee. In our coming class tomorrow, we will describe how it happened. And the glories of Guru and the qualification of devotees. We will try to explain. And you should try to be very enthusiastic and try to follow all these things. I want that you should follow, having no doubts in any way, and thus also you used to preach in whole world like Swamiji did. Never deviating, never. Gaur Pramananda. Oh, today, tomorrow, the birthday of Nishingadev. He came in evening, and a person like Hiranyakashipu, who has some benediction from Brahma, he will not die in daytime, in night time, in midday, midnight. He will not die in sky. He will not on earth, in water, by fire, by any poison, not by any weapon, by like arrows and bow, or by clubs or anything. Not in a year, but Nishingadev saved his very dear devotee Prahlad Maharaj. Even he was in 5 years age, and he was a very strong faith on Krishna, and he was saved. So we think that this day is very sacred day. We should try to follow and to pray the mercy of Nishingadev. That we are so much fallen, we are not like Prahlad Maharaj. We have so many bad habits, we cannot control our intelligence or anything. We have so many doubts, bad association. So he should save us. And he is powerful to save. So we will, from morning to evening, we should try to be Nirjala Upavas. But in case you cannot do, follow to be full fasting. Then you can observe it like Ekadashi. By taking some fruits, juice, no harm. But don't
take any grain.
Grain. I know there are so many persons devotees that they will follow it by not even taking water. I know. But all cannot do. So Shastra has given some concession for them. They should not touch grain, but they can take some fruit. But not then and often, frequently. They should take 1 or 2 times. And it is better that we should follow, observe this Ekadashi, not taking anything till the birth of time of Nishingadev, that is evening. When sun is going to set and night is coming, in that. In India it is likely to be at 6, but here night. But we can take on what? About 8 maybe like that. 9? At the fact, sun is going to set and darkness is coming, but not so much dark. Till that, and we should do Abhishek of Nishingadev here. I want some milk, curd, honey, ghee, sugar and madhu should be brought here. And we will make Abhishek of Nishingadev, and we will hear the glory of Nishingadev and very sacred life of Prahlad Maharaj, and it will give strength so much. So you should be ready like that. I think that all should do. And if they want, they can take fruits and vegetables. Go Brahma. Kirtan.